get into that, but I will get into it in a second. Now, here's an interesting development, because this is John Bolton. He's been a former NSA and former advisor to Donald Trump. He has responded to PM Modi's visit to China. He says this is bad news for the West. Listen in.
There's a lot of bad news here, very little good news. The West has spent decades, U.S. in particular, trying to wean India away from its Cold War attachment to Soviet Union, Russia, buying sophisticated weapons from them, and cautioning India on the danger posed by China. This is symbolized by what's called the Asian Security Quad: Japan, India, Australia, and the United States. A lot of effort to make India more amenable to cooperation with these countries. Donald Trump in the past weeks has essentially upended that, and for a variety of reasons now sent India back toward Russia to grow closer to China, and just shredding these decades of efforts to try and change that alignment. I'm not saying this can't be fixed, but it's going to take a lot of work.
Okay, let me get Ambassador Muni back into this, and Professor Nalapat before I get in General Soy, because I want to discuss Ukraine with him. Ambassador Muni, now John Bolton spoke to us. We interviewed him just about 3 or 4 days ago. He spoke very critically about the Trump tariffs on India. He's spoken critically about a lot of the Trump policies in the recent past. Subsequently, early in the weekend, the FBI raided his house. And you know what happens if an opposition leader, somebody who's critical of you, gets raided in India. That's what the administration is doing to its own former employee. But he's back and he's still speaking. He's very much a Republican. He's known for very hawkish views on a lot of subjects. So what is actually going on within it? Is it totally unpredictable right now?
No, this is true. That's what I was saying yesterday also, that look, the way Trump has treated Musk, who funded his election and on whom he was so heavily dependent earlier, and suddenly overnight he turns back. You know, the problem is not of, as you were asking, that they have a right to ask us to open our markets. Yes, they have been asking for it. But weaponizing tariffs has taken place only under Trump.
Yeah.
Others did not weaponize it. They did not go to this extent which they have gone. So yes, there is a certain Trump flavor which is not acceptable. It is not even logical. The arguments which are being made are only a cover-up.
Yeah, but as you mentioned, Donald Trump can flip overnight. So he's flipped one way. Who knows if he flips the other way overnight? Can happen. So let me bring Sumit in. Sumit, I want to speak about this because we are in ironic circumstances. The ironic circumstances is now the New York Times can't stop praising India, for taking a stand against Donald Trump. What an ironic circumstance. The real circumstance is that John Bolton, who's been very critical of the tariffs, especially the tariffs on India, had an FBI raid a couple of days ago, because I'm assuming of the statements he's made. So, that's very democratic, isn't it?
Rishabhji, thank you very much for having me on your show. Couple of days I was with you, and we're exactly discussing why did he raid John Bolton? What is his mistake? He was just questioning the logic. He said, look, if you have one set of policies for India, you should have exactly that for China or for Brazil, for anybody else. Why have you singled out India, and why are you destroying the relation which a lot of people have put a lot of sweat and blood in making it? You cannot come and unilaterally start dismantling things which are a national IPR of United States of America. Because relation is a national IPR of the country. It's not your or your party's IPR, or it's not your prerogative. You will come and dismantle it. That is where the bone of contention is. Now, what we are seeing, what is happening today is kind of quaintly absurd, and Trump again going back to the same rhetoric, these Brahminical arguments and all which are given. I don't know, is Navarro's script be written by Soros? It looks like a Soros playbook which he is talking about. And on the top of that, with all these things going on, Rishabhji, look at one important aspect. When Modi ji was supposed to meet Putin, just 10 minutes before that, the American embassy in Bharat puts a tweet or a post from Marco Rubio, Trump's right-hand man, his foreign affairs minister, says India and US's relation is the relationship of the century, and it's all good to go, and all the typical good English around it. So how are they talking in so many different tones in one day? What is Trump doing? What is Navarro doing? And what is Rubio doing? So why can't they be all aligned?
So I'll grant you that Navarro is probably a loose cannon, but then it's for the Trump administration to disown the loose cannon, And let me take a quick view, a sober view from Professor Nalapat on this.